What's up, guys? I've got another Deadrop video for you today, and I am stupid excited about this one. We got Snapshot 6. It's coming in just a few weeks, so we're going to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to speculate a little bit. Without wasting anybody's time, let's get right into it. First thing that I want to go through is the release date for Snapshot 6. Snapshot 6 drops on July 11th, 2023, and I want to talk about that just a little. When we were told about the founder snapshots and how things were going to go, we were told that they would drop every 6 weeks. We went through a total of 4 snapshots that way. And then when Snapshot 5 released, we moved away from getting a snapshot every 6 weeks to every 3 months. And now Snapshot 5 released on March 17th. So by my math, that gives us a gap of 3 months and roughly 3.5 weeks. Nearly 4 months, pretty much. Now, I'm not here to be critical at all. Look, hey, things happen. You know, obviously there was something in the development that caused them to stretch it out a little further than the 3-week mark, and that's happened before in snapshots. So again, I'm not here to be critical, but I am curious, is this a one-time thing with these new 3-month scheduled snapshots, or will this be a regular occurrence? If we were to stick to the 3-month plan, we would be seeing roughly 4 snapshots in a year. And right now, by looking at the dates, well, we had Snapshot 5 that released on March 17th. Then, Snapshot 6, it releases on July 11th. And then if we were to estimate on when Snapshot 7 would be releasing, by the 3-month rule, we'll see it around mid-October. That means that Snapshot 7 would essentially be the last snapshot of 2023. Again, I'm not here to criticize Midnight Society. Obviously, I am totally okay with them pushing back Snapshot 6. But you just have to think, is that going to be a regular thing, or, just something to think about. So now that we know the release date, what can we expect to see? Well, let's start off with what's been confirmed so far. This image is from a Deadrop event that's being held tomorrow, Friday the 23rd. This event is labeled as Capture the Dev, where the objective is to extract with as many dev tags as we can. Sounds pretty sweet, but there's more to this picture than just an event announcement. Now, on the table, we see some smoke grenades that are currently in the game, as well as what looks like to be a frag grenade. I'm stupid excited to see some more equipment and throwables come into the game, and honestly, I really wouldn't be surprised if there's more to come. The theme of this snapshot seems to be very hot, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was like an incendiary grenade or Molotov that's also a part of this new equipment that we get in Snapshot 6, but hey, that's just a guess. A couple of other things to note in this picture is that the helmets have different colored stripes. And while many people are speculating that this is alluding to squads coming in Snapshot 6, I just don't see it being possible. As of the time of this video, there are only 2 ways that you can play Deadrop. Buy a Midnight Society Founders Pass for no less than $500 on OpenSea, or hopefully you bought what's called a tower key. These were provided to the public for a short time at the release of Snapshot 5. These gave you access to Deadrop for a small fee of $25. Now, us founders had a little discount for you to use, so hopefully you utilized one of those codes that gave you a nice little discount. The thing is that tower keys are no longer purchasable, which means the only way that you can get one is through a giveaway. FYI, I've got 2, and I'll be giving them away very soon. Rob Bowling, the studio lead, has mentioned that they don't foresee opening up the tower keys for purchase on this snapshot, and as of now, the lobby sizes aren't really big enough to support the squads. Sector 3, which is the map that we're currently playing, has a max capacity of 34, I think, 34 or 36, I don't know, it's in the mid-30s somewhere. I have only seen the lobbies get up to that size just a handful of times, and that was really at the launch of Snapshot 5 when we got this new map. Since then, most of the lobbies stay pretty low unless there's an event going on. With the lower player count and no tower keys being introduced in Snapshot 6, I don't see the purpose of introducing squads just yet. Instead, I believe this may be some sort of small customization that we'll see, just like my good friend Shots Will Fire suggests in his video. He is a member that plays pretty regularly, almost every night, so he's very close to everything Deadrop. I'll leave his channel linked below so you can check out all his good stuff that he's got. He's got a lot of good theories on what's coming in Snapshot 6. But yeah, I see us taking a step towards customization. Really, the only customization that we have in the game is if you extract with some paint, you're able to change your car paint color, that sort of thing. Nothing, we can't change our hair, we can't change, you know, the way that we look, we can't change our clothes, we can't even change like the color of the armor. So maybe this is a little step towards changing those stripes on our helmets. Maybe we change a little bit of the armor color, maybe we're changing the clothes underneath. You know, so I see them introducing some customizable things that we're actually going to be able to loot and extract with. Maybe some new shirts, you know, some nice little swag, look pretty fly, going around the tower, that sort of thing. So I see this as a step towards customization. And now to round things off, we can take a look at this awesome teaser that Midnight Society posted yesterday. Now, months ago, Rob confirmed that the AI in the game would be called cleaners, and they are very much a threat to players. Now, if you look in the bottom left corner of this video, you're going to see that name cleaners pop up. You know, from the start, Midnight Society have stated that this game will be a PvPvE game. And, you know, I've heard a lot of guesses about these cleaners and what they're doing in this video, but let's listen to a clip from the two-time and see what he has to say. Let me give you some reference before I play this clip. This was 10 months ago. This was a clip from 10 months ago. Let's take a listen.
And it'll be fun to like eventually introduce those elements that make the complete design, you know? I don't know, like, let me see if I can give you an example that hopefully the team won't get upset at me at, right? What's an example? I think I'm okay with this just because I know that this will be something that won't be implemented till later. I don't know if I should say it. I don't want to get in trouble. So for a particular, I guess you would say, element in the game, a character element, or sort of event, or trying to be very, let's just say we were thinking of like, if when someone dies, there's this element that comes into the level and it's like an event. And what it does is after a certain amount of time, it goes in here, gets that dead body and supply and takes it out. Or it like drops through the rafters and here's this AI element and boom, and then pulls this body and shit back up there before you can claim it. Or, you know, or you just hear that in the background somewhere and you know like, oh shit, a body extraction is taking place. And it's just like, it's just like this event. It's kind of the scary event, and it's like, I think there's some inspiration from the movie. You remember the movie Ghosts, where you had like the, you know, if you die and like you're taken back into the shadows, like the shadows are like, ah! But imagine kind of this whole event that's similar to that.
If you're not familiar with the movie that he references, I actually made a video kind of right after Doc came out with his video talking about that and some other things that Rob clarified on his Twitter. So let's take a listen to that. In Doc's last video, he kind of mentioned that there was going to be some kind of AI scary event. I think he related it to the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. You know, you watch the teaser that Midnight Society released, and then you watch the movie that Doc references, and it's very clear. I think what these cleaners are coming to do is that they're going to come in and they're going to kind of claim the loot and the body, and they're going to disappear. So imagine you killing someone and these cleaners just popping up before you can get to the body, and they start just like picking up bodies and duffel bags and whatever loot's kind of laying around, and they start to disappear with them in a like a really ominous, evil, scary kind of way. Because the trailer that they released yesterday, it was very kind of horror vibey, you know what I mean? Then you're left with the choice of fighting the cleaners and keeping the loot, or staying quiet and not really blowing your position. You know, the video kind of confirms what Doc said in his video, because if you look at the ground where the cleaners are standing, there's some duffel bags and what looks to be some helmets laying on the ground there. Possibly some bodies lying there as well. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's just my opinion about it. I don't really see this event happening for every dead body, because that's a lot of events and it would get really repetitive, but I'm thinking either they pop up randomly or only when someone has high tier loot in their bags. But again, hey, I'm just speculating here. Now, based on the logo of Snapshot 6 and the video that Midnight Society released yesterday, it definitely appears that we're going to be seeing Sector 5, which is the Foundry. Now, we don't have much to go off of, but we do have a concept image that we can look at, and just on the color scheme alone, it matches pretty well with, you know, what that video looked like and then what the logo looks like. What kept me up all last night, I was sitting there just laying in bed thinking about this. How is this sector going to shut down? For reference, we know that cold storage, aka Sector 3, shuts down from the rising freeze. How will the Foundry shut down? When you think of the dangers inside of a foundry, the first thing that comes to my mind is the chemical reactions from transferring metals at extremely hot temperatures. Like, it's an extremely dangerous place to work. You know, will we see large explosions of hot metal? Will we possibly see some destruction from those explosions? And then Rob kind of hinted at some stuff in an AMA a while back. Maybe it's not temperature related at all. Maybe the cleaners actually start going after players, and that's what shuts down the sector.
How those sectors shut down is deeply tied to their theme, right? So for example, the cold storage, maybe that temperature regulator goes out and people freeze to death if they don't get in the tower. Maybe, you know, the other area floods, the other area you know, releases some sort of AI component that hunts down players.
You know, there's a lot that they could do there. Maybe after the cleaners get aggroed so many times, maybe they just start going after players really aggressively. Maybe there's a horde of cleaners that come through. You know, I don't know, there's a ton of different possibilities there, but I just had my mind racking last night of, man, they could do this, they could do this, because, you know, with AI, you could not only come after players, but you could also do kind of like a zombie horde where it's just impossible to stay alive. You got to get out of there. Maybe you can kill a few, but you're not killing everybody. I don't know the game development logistics of that. I don't know if there's just too many bodies that would be in the live server while, you know, there's matchmaking taking place, but you've also got this horde of cleaners coming after players. I think that would be pretty sweet, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There's so many different possibilities here, and we don't even know if it's going to be the Foundry. Maybe it's something else. That's just my guess. That's my speculation. Anyway, that's my thoughts and guesses on what's coming in Snapshot 6. Obviously, there's probably going to be some more teasers as the next couple weeks go by, and I'll be sure to fill you guys in on those. And as always, I'm going to be covering Deadrop for a long time, so be sure to hit the sub button, be sure to hit the like, and hey, have a good rest of the week, and I will see you on the next one.